What kind of boy was he? Oh, Japanese, right? Right? They're in Japan. He was a Japanese boy. He hit the Japanese boy hard on the head. After he hit the Japanese boy hard on the head, what did the boy do? Cried, right? He cried. After the teacher hit the boy on the head, the boy cried. So, he hit the boy hard on the head, and the boy cried. How did the students feel then? Oh, they were scared and miserable. Were they very, 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 very unhappy? Yes, they were miserable. The students were miserable. The students were very, very unhappy. Were they also scared? Yes, they were also scared. The students were scared and miserable. Was the teacher, Dave, miserable? Oh no, Dave wasn't miserable. Dave was happy. Why was Dave happy? Oh, obviously. Dave was happy because he liked to hit students. Ah. Were the students happy? No. The students were scared and miserable. Who was happy? Dave, the evil teacher. And who was miserable? The students. All the students were miserable. They hated the evil teacher. Did they hate the teacher, or did they love the teacher? They hated the teacher. Who did they hate? Dave, the teacher. And where was everybody? Everybody was in Japan, right? Everybody was in Japan. Dave and the students were in Japan. Did the students hate their parents? No, they didn't hate their parents. They hated Dave. But they were lucky. Were they lucky? Yes, they were lucky. Who was lucky? The students. The students were lucky. Why were the students lucky? Because one student had a cell phone. Did one student have a mobile phone? Yes, that's right. One student had a mobile phone. One student had a cell phone. Did she have a radio? No. She didn't have a radio. What did she have? She had a cell phone. Did a girl have a cell phone, or did a boy have a cell phone? Well, a girl, right? She. A girl had a cell phone. She secretly dialed the number of her friend, AJ. Whose number did she dial? Well, she dialed AJ's number. Did she dial Chris's number? No, she didn't dial Chris's number. Why not? Why didn't she dial Chris's number? Oh, because Chris was in Mexico. Ah, yes. Chris was in Mexico. Where was AJ? Oh, AJ was in Japan. What town was AJ in? Shiura, of course. AJ was in Shiura. So where was AJ? In Shiura. Whose number did the girl dial? Oh, she dialed AJ's number. What was the girl's name? Ah, her name was Kaori. Kaori. Who was the student? The student was Kaori. Kaori dialed AJ's number. AJ answered the phone. Hello? So, what did AJ answer? The phone. AJ answered the phone. He said, hello? Kaori whispered, this is Kaori. Help us, AJ. Please help us. An evil English teacher is beating us. Did Kaori whisper or did Kaori yell? Kaori whispered. She didn't yell. She whispered. Did Kaori speak softly? Yes, Kaori spoke softly. Did she speak softly or loud? She spoke softly. She whispered. Who whispered? Kaori whispered. Who did Kaori whisper to? Well, she whispered to AJ. Why did Kaori whisper? Why? Oh, because she didn't want Dave to hear her. She didn't want Dave to know. Did she want Dave to hear her? No. She didn't want Dave to hear her. So, she whispered. Kaori whispered, this is Kaori. What did Kaori want? Ah, help. Kaori wanted help. Kaori wanted AJ to help her. Why did she want AJ to help her? Oh, because Dave, the English teacher, was beating them. So, did Kaori want help? Yes, Kaori wanted help. She whispered to AJ, this is Kaori. Help us, AJ. Please help us. An evil English teacher is beating us. AJ said, don't worry. I'll be right there. What did AJ say? He said, don't worry. I'll be right there. Was AJ coming soon? Yes. He said, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. I am coming soon. I'll be right there. Was AJ coming fast? Yes, he said, I'll be right there. Would AJ arrive quickly? Yes, he said, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. I'll arrive quickly. Who would be right there? AJ would be right there. Why would AJ be right there? Well, because he wanted to help Kaori. So he said, I'll be right there. I will come quickly. I will arrive quickly. I'll be right there. AJ jumped on his motorcycle and sped to the school. Did AJ speed to the school, or did AJ drive slowly? Oh, he sped. AJ sped to the school. Did AJ drive fast? Yes. He drove very fast. He sped to the school. Who sped to the school? AJ sped to the school. What did AJ do? Sped to the school. He jumped on his motorcycle and sped to the school. What color was his motorcycle? Was it yellow? No, it wasn't yellow. It was black. AJ's motorcycle was black. Was AJ's motorcycle green, or was AJ's motorcycle black? It was black. Did AJ speed to the school on a green motorcycle? No, AJ didn't speed to the school on a green motorcycle. AJ sped to the school on a black motorcycle. Where did he speed to? He sped to the school. Did he speed to a school in Tokyo, Japan? No, not Tokyo. He sped to a school in Shiura, Japan. He ran through the front door, down the hall, and burst into the class. Did he enter the classroom slowly? No, he didn't enter the classroom slowly. He entered the classroom very fast. He burst into the class. Who burst into the class? AJ burst into the class. Did he come into the class very fast or very slowly? Very fast. He burst, right? Burst, very fast. He burst into the class. What did he burst into? Well, he burst into the classroom. He said to the evil teacher, "Stop hitting these students, you bastard!" Who did AJ yell at? AJ yelled, "Ah!" AJ yelled at Dave. Did AJ want Dave to hit the students? No, of course not. He didn't. AJ didn't want Dave to hit the students. He said, "Stop hitting these students." Was AJ polite? Was AJ nice? No. AJ was not polite. He called him a bastard. He said, "You bastard." Is bastard a nice word? No, it's not. Bastard is not a nice word. Bastard is a very bad word. AJ said, "Stop hitting these students, you bastard." Then AJ ran across the room. He picked up a desk and hit the evil teacher with it. What did AJ hit the evil teacher with? He hit the evil teacher with a desk. Did he hit the evil teacher with a chair, or did he hit the evil teacher with a desk? He hit the evil teacher with a desk. Who hit Dave with a desk? AJ. AJ hit Dave with a desk. The evil teacher, Dave, fell to the floor. He was beaten. What did Dave do? Dave fell to the floor. Did Dave fall on a chair? No, he didn't fall on a chair. He fell to the floor. Did AJ fall to the floor? No, AJ didn't fall to the floor. AJ was standing. Dave fell to the floor. Why did Dave fall to the floor? Because he was beaten. Did AJ defeat Dave? Yes, AJ defeated Dave. AJ beat Dave. Did Dave beat AJ, or did AJ beat Dave? AJ beat Dave. How did AJ beat Dave? By hitting him with a desk. AJ beat Dave by hitting him with a desk. Did AJ beat Dave by hitting him with a pencil? No. AJ didn't beat Dave by hitting him with a pencil. AJ beat Dave by hitting him with a desk. Who beat Dave? AJ did. AJ looked at Kaori and said, "What do you want me to do with him?" What did AJ ask? He asked, "What do you want me to do with him?" To do with who? To do with Dave. What do you want me to do with Dave? Who did AJ look at? He looked at Kaori. Who did AJ ask? Also Kaori. AJ asked Kaori, "What do you want me to do with Dave?" What did Kaori say? Kaori said, "It's up to you." Did Kaori decide? No. Kaori did not decide. She said, "It's up to you." Means you decide. Did she want AJ to decide? Yes, that's right. She wanted AJ to decide. What did she want AJ to decide? She wanted AJ to decide what to do with Dave. She said, "It's up to you. You decide." Who was it up to? Oh, it was up to AJ. Whose decision was it? AJ's. It was AJ's decision. It was up to AJ. So, who would decide? AJ. AJ would decide. Kaori said, "It's up to you, AJ. It's up to you. You decide." And so, AJ threw the evil teacher out the window. Where did AJ throw Dave? Out the window. AJ threw Dave out the window. What did AJ do? Threw Dave out the window. Did he kick Dave out the window, or did he throw Dave out the window? He threw Dave out the window. Who threw Dave out the window? AJ. AJ threw Dave out the window. Where did he throw Dave? Out the window. AJ threw Dave out the window. And AJ said, "No more evil grammar study. You are free." Would the children study grammar again? No, they wouldn't. AJ said, "No more evil grammar study." Would the students study grammar in the future? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't study grammar. AJ said, "No more evil grammar study. You are free." Were the students free? Yes, they were. The students were free. Were all the students in the class free? Yes, they were all free. Where were the students? In Japan, in Shiura, Japan. The students cheered, "Yay!" Everyone was happy. Did the students cry, or did the students cheer? The students cheered. Yay! Were the students happy? Yes, they were happy. They cheered. The students cheered. Who cheered? The students cheered. Did AJ cheer? No. AJ didn't cheer. The students cheered. Why did the students cheer? Because they were free. No more grammar. The students cheered because they were free. How did the students feel? Well, they were very happy, of course. The students were very happy. And they cheered, "Yay!" Okay, that is the end. We are finished. Listen to this story many, many times. If the story is easy, listen to it many times. If the story is difficult, also listen to it many times. Learn deeply. Okay, bye-bye.